Okay, so inside here we're going to start in the kitchen area. So we've got the sink, we've got the hobs, we've got the grill here and the fridge. Okay, so first things first, the sink. So put this lid up and down. The important thing is we don't twist the tap. A lot of people think you move the tap by twisting it. You literally put it in this position and move the lip up to the top. Lift the glass lid and then bring it down like this. Like I say, really important you don't twist it because it will just unscrew itself. And as you can see, it's that simple. You turn it on, make sure your pump's in on the Aquaroll, as in the exterior video. And that's it. Even got a little plug in there. Right, the hobs. So, with these lids, when you bring it up, they can move around a lot like this because, as you can see, look, they're only grips and they're not screwed on, they're not screwed through the glass. So as you lift it, just make sure it doesn't slide and just move it all the way to the back like so. Once it's back, it won't come down because it's on these two big springs. 4-burner hob. There's an auto spark button here. You press and hold it, you have to count to 10 or it will go out. That's the same on all of them. I just wanted to show you. So that's the back two. Then we've got the front one. And last but not least, we've got this side. Can you see that flame on there? It's quite hard to see the flame.
You're probably blowing down a little bit.
Come a bit closer. There you go, let's see it. Right, okay. Also, we've got the grill, and this is your grill pan here. So if you want to use the grill, you have to make sure the glass lid's up and this door's open. And it's the control in the middle up here. Again, it's got the auto sparker on it as well. So that's running. Beautiful, like so. So there we go, that's the grill running. It's like brand new actually. I don't think it's been used much. Okay, so the thing people do wrong with this, they don't wait till this has cooled down before they bring the glass lid down. So always give it 5 minutes to cool down and then just put your hand over them all quickly, just so you know it's definitely turned off. And again, if you're grilling, make sure this here is open and that's up and you've got some ventilation in here. This controller here, this is your hot water. So the actual Truma boiler is here. That's what this thing here is. This little yellow tab here is the drain. This is how we drain the water out the boiler when we're not using the van. All you do, I won't do it now, I'll do it in a minute. We lift it so it's facing upwards and that would drain the contents of the boiler onto the ground underneath the caravan. Not in the caravan, but underneath. Okay, to turn it on, we get hold of this outer dial here and go from the 0 to the flame, like so. It then goes green. I don't know if I do that, if you can see that. It's nice and green there. That means it's working. If it can't light, it's normally either one or two things. You haven't got the gas coming through or you've left the cover on the outside. So I would recommend you turn the hob on so you know you've got the gas, give it a minute and try again. Okay, so that's now running. You have to give them half an hour at least to get hot. And just remember these boilers hold, I think it's about 10 litres of water. Once those 10 litres you've used, you've got to give it another half hour to get hot again. So I'll turn that off now. Okay, then we've got the fridge. So a simple fridge here, little freezer compartment here. This is the selector. So at the moment it's pointing to off. If we're on mains hookup like we are now, we put it to the picture of the plug. When you're driving off the car, we put it to battery. And if we're in a field with no hookup, we can run it literally off the gas. And to do that, we flick it down to the gas one. We then hold, this is your temperature select. We hold this in and press the sparker button and watch that needle there, look, watch it rise. When it starts rising like now, it's lit. That's our flame indicator. So we have to keep it held in there again a good 10 seconds. Make sure it goes up into the green and let go. If that needle starts rapidly dropping off, you didn't hold it in long enough. But as you can see, that's staying up there, so it's perfect. Once you're finished running on gas, as soon as you move it off of the gas selector, it kills the gas supply. So that's now the gas off. And then when you're driving, you can put the travel catch around. Stops it opening up, especially if you've got all your drink bottles in it. Okay. Right, so that's the kitchen. And then, like I say, remember with this, don't twist the tap. Lift that up like so. Bring it down, and then I always then put the nozzle back down again, so it then drips onto that glass lid. Lights all work. Farrell switched off the light, so if you want these lights on like they are now, you literally turn the light on. There's no master or anything like that. Cupboards. We've got loads of storage cupboards in here. We've got the awning light, the outside awning light. If we want that on, this is where we turn it on. In this wardrobe, okay, we've left in everything that it came with from the last customer. So you might decide you don't want it. You know, feel free to, if you don't want bits when you're here, to leave them behind. We've got that's the main bit, the hookup cable there. So that's how you hook up to the campsite. You've got a hitch cover, shower curtain, and just random bits that the customer supplied. The roof vent up here, you twist it to open it, like so. Okay, when you're driving, make sure it's down, or they do blow off. So the side windows, these are fixed, these don't open. The front and back ones do open. So you unlatch them like so, you lift it up and then just tighten up the arms. When that's open, what you can do is bring the fire screen up, stop all the bugs coming in. And at night time, you can squeeze this one together and bring it right the way down for the nightshade. So front and back windows have a nightshade on. Because the side windows don't open, they don't have a nightshade, you have to pull the curtains on both of them. We've got two big bench seats here. If you wanted to make it into a huge double, what you do, you've got the slats in the middle. It's a bit tricky, but we have to lift up the cushions and then pull the slats right out. These slats basically go right the way to the back. We then get rid of these middle two cushions like so. And then after bearing in mind the slats will go to here, we take the back cushions and they then slot in the two back cushions. Just like that to make it into a huge bed. I'm just going to put this back now. Right, and also on the side of this, we've got the heater controls. So, this is a Truma gas blown air heater. Zero's off. Picture of the fans on their own, just circulate air without heat. If we want heat, I recommend you go to the low gas flame, which is this one. And this is your thermostat. So if you want it really hot, you crank it up to number 9. I mean, if you come down here, where the outlet is, and we listen, we'll hear it fire up. So this is where the heat comes out. So you turn it on, the fan cuts in, then after about 15 seconds, the igniter cuts in. And there we go. So that clicked on its own and lit. And then after literally 30 seconds, the heat comes out very, very fast. And then to turn it off, we literally go from a fan back to 0. Right. Okay, next, toilet room. Now, first things first. To latch and unlatch the toilet, these are tight locks on them. When you push it in, well, that way, it's easy that time. Sometimes you have to just push them in hard to engage. Okay, so if you think, oh, it's not closing, just push it a little bit harder and it will engage in lovely. Okay, so this window opens. Obviously in the toilet room we don't get a blind or anything, but to latch it down when we're done, we literally just push the catches like so. Again, we've got a tap here, and with this sink, to drain it, we very slowly lift it so that the water pours into it and there's a drain built into it. Light switch up here. And then here, this is the toilet I was telling you about. So when we use, if I turn the light on, when we use the toilet, first thing we have to do is open it, like so. And then we're actually looking now, we're now physically looking into the toilet cassette. So you will know when it's getting full. Okay, so when the level's near the top, that's the time you definitely want to empty it. Very simple to use. So first thing you do, you open it like so. The blue button, you push for your flush. You don't want to flush it for too much, just to, you know, get everything off and make it smell nice. When you're done, you give it a second, wait for it all to drip in, and then you close it. Very important that you close it when you're finished. If you don't close it, you can't pull it out from the outside. In here, just a little bit of storage. Just got to be a little bit careful in there because there's loads of cables and you don't want to snag them. Up here, again, I won't do it. This is the shower, so which we can turn on here. Very important, if you have a shower, you have to put a shower curtain up, and there's one in the wardrobe. Okay, that's pretty much it. It's very, very simple. So this now that is cooled down, so I'm gonna put that down. Again, this back window is like the front one. It opens, and you've got the fly screen, and you've got the nightshade. And then last but not least, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drain this off. So we're now finished with it for the day. We're going to lift it up, and if you come to the outside, you can see where the water physically comes out. Look. Okay, and that's it. That's how the inside works.